Welcome to Operation Healing Heroes. Join us in the boat today as we feature U.S. Army veteran Dave Allen in beautiful Clearwater, Florida.
They served for us. They sacrificed for us. Their stories deserve to be told. Every military veteran has a story to tell. Join our host, Jay Garstecki, as we honor the stories of our true American heroes, one soldier at a time. The mission today is Operation Healing Heroes. Brought to you by Great Clips. Clearwater, Florida is world-renowned for its beautiful beaches and seemingly endless roads to ride. It's here where we connect with Florida native and self-proclaimed motorcycle junkie, Dave Allen.
So where did you get your love for motorcycles?
From as little as I can remember, I've been drawn to bikes. I got pictures from when I was a little kid, a little bitty kid, on anybody's motorcycle that would let me climb on it. And I'm always on the bike, always sitting in somebody's lap, barely big enough to hold on to the handlebars.
Yeah.
I think as soon as I could climb up on the bike, I loved the thought of it. I would ride on the back of anybody's motorcycle as a kid that would take me for a ride. My first vehicle was a motorcycle. I got my first motorcycle when I was 15. I lied to my parents. I said, hey, look, as long as it's under a 250, it's legal with a learner's permit.
Yeah.
And nobody fact-checked that. So I was riding my motorcycle, to high school, but I was cool, man. I had my own wheels.
Yeah.
I rode to, high school and work, and you can be with somebody else, but you're by yourself at the same time when you're on a motorcycle. Because it's you and the bike and the road. Even if you got a guy like 3 feet away, you're sharing brotherhood in that adventure together, but while you're riding, you're by yourself.
So tell me, does motorcycle riding do similar things for you with your buddies or no?
Absolutely. It's a really good way to look at it, right? Because I ride a lot with other people, with the combat vets. And it's a unique kind of wind therapy. I think you get some of that riding out in a boat, that wind therapy, that being outside. You got a destination and an activity plan. But on a motorcycle, it's also about getting there.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, me and you, we're gonna take a bike out. Me, you, Tom, and Pete, whoever, right? We're gonna ride 200 miles just to go have a lunch. You don't do that in a car.
Right.
Nobody says, hey, let's go
get
all
four
the
buddies
way
and
up
go
here.
jump in a car and go ride 200 miles to go to lunch.
No, on motorcycles, we do it all the time.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I want to mix our two pleasures, mine fishing, yours motorcycles.
So you're gonna ride with me after I
It's
fish
exactly
with you?
what I want to do. So I'd like to let you know I invited a buddy of mine to come join us. I hope you don't mind, but
Sure.
he's right behind you. Turn around.
Holy shit, I recognize this dude.
You recognize me?
You know this guy?
Paul.
Is it the mustache?
Dang.
What is it?
It's the
What
mustache
gave it
that's
away?
familiar.
The good looks, the muscles. We can go on forever,
It's the
bro.
tattoos.
Tattoos, yeah.
Well, I watched your show for a long time.
Yeah.
Like years and years and years I watched your show.
Founder of Orange County Choppers, Paul is known and loved around the world simply as Paul Sr., the star of the hit television show American Chopper.
I hope you don't mind. I invited this guy to come with us.
I don't mind a bit. This is awesome.
So I'll give you
This
the
is
good
awesome.
news and I'll give you the bad news. The good news will be if we catch fish. The bad news is if the water's rough, chances are I'll be puking all over you.
But I mean, there's a
when
lot
I
of,
get seasick,
there's a lot of buckles.
any area is a good area. the boat doesn't make it, but this is going to be calm, right?
It's going to be like this all
Okay,
day.
I'm good.
Operation Healing Heroes is brought to you by Great Clips, Northern Clearing, and by Enbridge.
Operation Healing Heroes is a nonprofit organization dedicated to documenting the lives of our U.S. military veterans. In addition, we also provide financial support and treatment for post-traumatic stress. Your donation will help heal our heroes.
I'll be 75 in 2 weeks. Like for me, I should have been dead at 35. No, I had the old alcohol and the drug thing, so I really should have been, because I almost died. But anyhow, so I look at it as a mile mark. So like, I'm not afraid to get older because I feel like I beat the odds. So you know what I'm saying? And it's like,
this cat's got 9 lives.
you know what I mean?
Are you saying you're on borrowed time?
No. Oh, no. I don't ever look at it. I don't ever look at it as, well, you only got 10 years to go or something like that. Nobody knows that.
That's right. Hey guys, let's go do some fishing.
All right.
After a little wind therapy, as Dave put it, Paul's competitive spirit was on full display.
Nice.
Uh-oh, Paul's ahead.
2.
So what's that? 2-1, yeah.
But who's counting?
I am.
Paul would hook a couple of fish today, but he didn't stop there.
If I take the drone out, it's not my fault.
Oh! What was that?
The drone. Oh no.
Paul would win the day after catching 2 fish and drowning 1 drone.
I got another one.
I'm killing it, man. I'm freaking killing it. That's like a monster. That hurt my arm.
Surprised the line held.
So tell me about what was it that made you go into the military?
Well, I grew up on Eglin Air Force Base, or right near the base on the Panhandle. So being a military town, dude, there was a lot of influence. So actually, I was 17. My mom had to sign and say, sure, you can go. You got a plan. And so I went and delayed enlistment. So I was under contract my senior year, but I was kind of living the life of a grown-up at that point. I'm in the Army. But yeah, thinking I'm gonna be a biomedical equipment technician and fix medical equipment in a hospital. That's what my recruiter said, in a hospital. And of course, it had been peacetime. This is 87, so Vietnam had been over 12, 13, 14 years.
Yeah.
So that was not even in my war, combat, any of that. Hadn't been on the news, wasn't anywhere.
Wasn't even on the radar.
No, it wasn't in the radar. My sister was at West Point. My dad had served. My grandfather was a World War II, a Korean War vet, and he did 33 years in the military. So the family is very much connected to the military, and so it wasn't a stretch.
I think it was actually in the late 60s, or early 70s, right?
Yeah.
The draft came out?
I mean, we still had to register for selective service, and so that was a thing. Well, in case there's ever a draft again, and I was like, I ain't gonna have to worry about that, I'm going in.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I had my life mapped out at a young age. I thought I had it all figured out. And really, it kind of ended up that way. I ended up with the career I thought I would have, but with some crazy twists and turns along the way. There was like no thought. It was like, I'm going into a peacetime army and it's just gonna be a job.
Mm-hmm.
I never planned to go to combat. My first duty assignment was with Division for 3 years, and that's where I ended up going to Desert Shield and Desert Storm.
Operation Healing Heroes is brought to you by Great Clips, the Al Lynch Foundation, and by Lumberjack Lodge.
Welcome to Operation Healing Heroes. Join us in the boat today as we feature Army veteran Dave Allen in beautiful, sunny Clearwater, Florida.
So this is how the sausage is made, huh? All right.
If you'd like to see more behind-the-scenes footage, follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're a U.S. military veteran in Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan, Minnesota, or beautiful sunny Florida, log on to our website, takeavetfishing.org, to find an event near you.
Dave was deployed to the Middle East as part of Operation Desert Shield and what would later become Desert Storm.
I remember being on guard duty and we're still Desert Shield. And it's middle of the night, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So you had guard duty every night for at least 2 or 3 hours and it rotated. We heard the planes going over. Lots of planes. Like, this is new. It started. And 15, 20 minutes later, you could hear it. Boom, 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 boom.
Really?
And you could see, I mean, it was far enough away, you could just see the color in the sky change. It's like, uh-oh, it's on. It's on.
Just 2 hours ago, Allied air forces began an attack on military targets in Iraq and Kuwait. These attacks continue as I speak. Impact. Boom, there's a hit.
All they talked about was that they were gonna use chemical weapons. It took a little while to go from being, hey, scared of deploying, scared of what might happen, to convincing yourself, hey, I'm with the infantry. This is it. This is where I'm at. And tried to change my mindset to let's go do this, and more choosing to embrace the suck.
Yeah, you know, you were talking about chemical warfare, you know, and I think that was probably one of the biggest fears anybody had, whether you're in the service or not. Chemical, it's frightening, you know what I mean? It's like...
That was everybody's biggest fear. Now, we've got this job to do, and we're anticipating we're gonna have to do it with a gas mask and a chemical suit on, and we're just hoping that when that does happen, we survive. I mean, they had us taking these preventative pills, or experimental pills, to protect some of your nerve cells in case of a nerve agent attack. That's how convinced the government was that we were gonna get gassed. I remember being 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm dead asleep. So our tent's probably 20 dudes in the tents, like 2 rows of 10 guys. There's a you hear the commotion of him trying to get into the tent because the tent's buttoned up. Here's commotion, I look over. He's in his gas mask already. Man, that's the first time in my life I ever felt terror. I wasn't scared, it wasn't fear, it was terror. And he top of his lungs, gas, gas, gas. He's giving the sign, which is, you know, hands up like this. And I hear in the background these 3 long blows of a horn is the alarm, and that's for a gas attack. And I just knew, man, my heart, talk about beat out of your chest.
Yeah.
So, get that mask on, get cleared. It's like you're double checking to make sure it's cleared, right? You're like, oh my God, I gotta make sure this is real. And they called the all clear and said it was false alarm. And the official line for 20 years was that was a false alarm, but it turned out it wasn't.
Really?
It wasn't an attack, it was a target that we blew up, an Iraqi target that we blew up that had chemical munitions in it. And the plume from our own attack dispersed, and they had, like, later it was all publicized, they had the weather maps, and they could see the cloud. They knew who had been exposed, what units were exposed. Because the more you talk to people later, oh yeah, we had alarm go off that night too. Well, you can't make those chemical detection kits go off without the chemical, right? They don't accidentally go off. I will never forget experiencing true terror.
Yeah.
It's so different than fear or being scared of something. It's something that you never forget.
The Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association's mission is to support and protect those who have defended our country and our freedoms while providing assistance to veterans, veteran care facilities, and other veteran organizations.
If you'd like to personally thank a veteran that you've seen in one of our episodes or nominate a veteran to be featured in a future episode, log on to our website, operationhealingheroes.org.
Operation Healing Heroes is brought to you by Great Clips, Battleborn Batteries, and by SKB Cases.
From all those experience, I guess before and after, what kind of dealings did you have with PSD?
So, you come back to the world and you just close that book. In 2000, I went to work for the Federal Bureau of Prisons as a biomedical engineer, thinking I would be doing just engineering in a new federal prison hospital. But during that time, I realized a few things. Number one, I was angry a lot for no particular reason. And I thought, well, maybe it's the environment I'm working in. Maybe I realized that federal prison inmates had it better than a deployed soldier did. Alcohol got a hold of me, and I let it. And that went on for a while. So I ended up over the next couple years, admitting to myself and then actually going to get treatment.
What would you say to other veterans that are struggling right now, but basically like you, that didn't want to really admit it?
Just take a look in the mirror, and that's where you'll find the problem. And then there's something about connecting with other veterans, finding your tribe. I heard about the combat vets. I was looking for an organization. I was looking for a group to belong to.
Dave would find his tribe in the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, where the brotherhood and camaraderie of the military helped Dave give birth to an idea for a movement called the Final Mile.
My name is David Allen of the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association. I am a United States Army combat veteran. The ceremony you are about to witness today is called the Final Mile.
The Final Mile is a demonstration of our commitment to ensure that no veteran goes to their final resting place alone.
Well, hey, I want to say thank you for your service to our country, and it's important to me that we make sure that we honor you in an appropriate way. And
Thank you, man.
even though you didn't get any fish today, I know that this rod right here has got a lot of fish left in it for you. So
Thank you, man.
we have a rod here for you.
check it out.
It says, Dave Allen, in appreciation of your sacrifice and service.
Oh,
It's got
man.
all the branches of service and our logo on it. That's for you.
Bro, that's
Thank you
awesome,
so
man.
much.
Thank you.
And no fisherman is complete. And I think it was that shirt that you had on today that's the reason you
I
didn't get any
scared 'em
fish. So we got you your own Operation Healing Heroes
How cool is
jersey,
that?
and it's got your name on there. That's for you.
That's
Brother,
awesome,
thank you
man.
for your service, man. We appreciate
Thank you,
you.
brother.
Thank you for sharing your story.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks for coming out.
All right, man.
So,
What are you doing? Are you doing anything tomorrow?
I'm free tomorrow.
After a long day on the water, Paul invited Dave back to the world-famous Orange County Chopper's Garage.
Just started building a bike. Want to stop by?
You name the time, I'm there.
Hey, I hope you're better at building bikes than you are at catching fish. I'm kidding
Well,
with you, buddy.
so here's the thing about that. Probably not, but if I can do some of the electronic stuff, I'm good at that.
All right.
I'm really good at that.
That's a
I made
deal.
a career out of that.
Good job.
Cool. That'll be fun.
See you tomorrow.
Be great. See you tomorrow, Paul.
Absolutely.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, what's up, man?
How's it going?
Good, good. Little sunburn.
Hey,
Not
good
really
morning, Paul.
sunburn, but yeah. Hey, what's up, brother? So this is my house, my rules.
You got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So, not really. I try to do that with my wife too. You know how that works.
Oh, yeah?
So this is. I'll just go over my bike a little bit. This is my daily rider. This is what I ride out in Montana, wherever I go. It's not like a bar hopper. It's a rider. And if you look at the seats, And I'll just do this briefly because I don't want to waste a lot of time, but everything, when you build a bike, everything is the handlebars, the foot controls, and the seat. If you got that right, you can ride around the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you look at the way I'm sitting in this, my knees are bent, my arms are not stretched out, I got cushion in my back, and the bike does the rest. But I built this bike probably 12 years ago. We did a show in Sturgis. We did it in Sturgis. But I guess we're going to go over there and going to try and teach you something.
I'm ready to learn.
Are you teachable?
That's questionable. You can tell me that after you try to teach me.
Afterwards, yeah.
Ask his wife, she'll tell you.
Yeah.
If you'd like to personally thank a veteran that you've seen in one of our episodes, or nominate a veteran to be featured in a future episode, log on to our website, operationhealingheroes.org, and click on the nominate button.